Hi friends, Christy with Soulful Aligned Human Design. And today I want to talk about something that came up with a client conversation that I realized a lot of us are in that situation. So I thought I'd share my experience and kind of how I helped her work through it. So today I'm talking about what do you do, what do you say when you're not clear on your message? Okay. So a lot of us are maybe getting started in business or reinventing ourselves, and we're curious. We're like, people ask us, what do we do? And it's like, wow, I do like 50 million things. And you're just really not clear on that. I help these people to do this when they're this so they can have this. I mean, it's a very simple formula, right? But if you're reinventing yourself or you're starting from scratch, a lot of the times you have a lot of modalities under your belt. There's something that you absolutely love, something that you've learned. However, that unique formula that fits who you are without saying, I help businesses, grow, grow a business that you love and like that makes you a lot of money. I mean, it's anything that's not generic, right? How do you go about getting started on figuring out what that message is? So, working with this client, one thing that came apparent in her process or my process that I was helping her through was that you got to start somewhere, right? And my first inclination with that is that, or who are you working with? And who do you like working with? And if you haven't worked with anybody, that's where you need to start. You need to start putting yourself out there. Whatever you're pulled to share, whatever you're pulled to do, start offering that, just a one-off if you want, just to have, a 30-minute conversation with people to see if A, that's really what you want to do, and B, their feedback from it. So it doesn't have to be, I know all of us want to go out there and make $1 zillion overnight. And honestly, good luck with that. Really, what it's about is figuring out your message very clearly about exactly what you do, who you help, and what they can expect out of it, their results, okay? The problem you solve, right? And so that's a big order to try and fit. So if you're testing it out one-on-one, you have a great idea, you decide that you want to, um, like for instance, for me, just me recently, I decided that, hey, I want to help people with their message. I feel like I can help them get clarity using their intuition, my intuition, and their human design. We should be able to come up with some type of message for them. And I was right, we can. However, it tends to be a larger scale, a zoomed out version, if you will, of what really makes you unique. Because human design is your starting point. It's not your end point. It's not it's not to put limitations on who you are and how you work. It's actually to show you, validate where you are and who you are, how you work. So starting out one-on-one, doing a little test, do 5 or 6 of them, just 30-minute conversations in order to do the work, do several sessions. And one of the best things I use is a form of where they are before they do work with me, the questions that they have, something they're really, top of mind. This is what they're wanting to solve. And then at the end, did we solve it? Is this something that benefits you in another way? So asking questions at the end as well. So that way it's an exchange of energy in the form of information, not necessarily in the form of money. Okay? Because you got to start somewhere. If you don't know what you're solving and you can't articulate it clearly, no one's going to buy from you. I mean, you could put out free sessions all day long, and if they don't know what it is that you're offering, like what is it that this will do for me, they're not going to buy from you. And it'll help laser focus what it is for this particular offer. Being a multifaceted, multi-passionate, however you want to phrase it, manifesting generator, I have different conversations for different, facets of my work. Because my work is not just one thing, it's actually multiple things. As a manifesting generator, we need multiple facets or we will blow ourselves up and it will not be pretty. But for generator types, projector types, you guys are going to want to be laser focused on one thing that you just feel really strongly about. You feel passionate about, or it feels a lot of fun. Okay. And after you do a couple of sessions, it's look at the pattern. So you're seeing the same message for the same people. So you see this message over and over and over again. And a lot of the times, whoever's sitting for you, whoever's doing the session with you, will often reflect back that message that you need to hear. Okay? It's not just for them, right? A lot of times you download information for someone else. I don't know how many times I would do a metaphysical show, a metaphysical fair, and I would do 20 readings. And in those 20 readings, I would have 7 or 8 with the same theme. And it's like, okay, guys, I get it. I get it. I'm supposed to pay attention to this too, right? So, yeah, pay attention to the pattern. And that form is going to be just invaluable gold mine of information to their words, what they're looking for. Because a lot of the times, the audience that you attract will not be the audience you think you should attract. Had one of my clients actually tell me that she was focusing on moms and women and all this stuff and ended up attracting like 65-year-old men. Completely different audience. But for the work that you do, for that particular facet, you might have that particular audience, right? So you know who you're talking to, that one person you're talking to. It'll make everything so much easier when you're looking to articulate and clarify what it is that you do. All right? And then, honestly, go with what resonates. If it really resonates, people are having this particular message, that's either going to tell you, yes, I want to continue doing this, and I want to talk to these people. I want to use their words in order to bring more people like them into my world. Or you want to shift gears and say, you know, that's not it. I'm going to tweak it up a little bit and actually offer this instead in order to articulate it. What I found is that looking at your purpose, looking at your incarnate cross is fantastic for giving you an overall umbrella. It is not going to be so specific that you know, this is exactly what I do and this is exactly how I do it. Incarnate cross is not going to give you that. There are other facets of your chart that could help you mold and guide that particular purpose, right? But expecting your incarnate cross to give you that end all beat all, this is what you do. It's an overall umbrella. Everything you're pulled to do, everything that feels fun and exciting and joyful is putting you in alignment with that purpose. So that purpose is really kind of a broad stroke. And you really need to be able to articulate. I help women entrepreneurs to really grow their business in a more aligned way with their soul self using intuition and their human design. It's very specific. So be specific for each audience that you have. Multiple streams of income will have multiple audiences probably. If not, you're satisfying a flare. But anyway, yeah, I'm interested to see how this works for you. But it takes a little trying out. I am a 3/5, so I like to try everything. But yeah, you really need to try it out because you've got to start somewhere. You've got to put something out there. And if you're really pressed for income, then you need to have something else, another job or income stream supporting you before you go take a week to practice and figure out what these people want from you and what you can offer them to get the results that they want. So that's just my little 2 cents for today. If you have any questions or if you want to let me know how this worked for you, feel free to answer. Let me know below and I'd be happy to respond. I look at all of my comments, so I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.